Welcome to everyone. Myself Adilakshmi. I am Assistant Professor from ECE Department in M. Kumarasamy College of Engineering. So today's class we are going to discuss about feedback amplifier, right? So before move on to our subject, what is amplifier? So amplifier is used to amplify the input signal, right? So why we need an amplifier in electronic circuit? So to improve the signal strength, we need an amplifier in electronic circuit. Right. So in this class we are going to discuss about feedback amplifier. So what is feedback? Feedback is a part of the output signal is fed back into the input, that is called feedback, right? So here in general case we have two classifications in feedback amplifier. The first one is positive feedback and then next one is negative feedback, right? So what is positive feedback? So positive feedback means both your source signal as well as output signal is in phase, that is called positive feedback. What is negative feedback? That is your input signal as well as the part of the output signal is in out of phase, that is called negative feedback, right? So where we can apply positive feedback? In oscillator circuit we can apply positive feedback, right? So where we can apply negative feedback? In amplifier circuit we can apply negative feedback. So why we need a negative feedback? To improve the signal stability we are using negative feedback, right? So the next one is block diagram of amplifier with the feedback. Okay, so in general block diagram of feedback amplifier we have three network. The first one is sampling network and then feedback network and then mixer network. Okay, so based on these networks we can form a feedback amplifier circuit, right? In between we have a gain as well as input signal. This signal have maybe a current or voltage source. Okay, so in this block diagram we have signal source, that is called IS or VS, and then mixer network, and then from this mixer network we can get IA and VI. Okay, so and it's passed through gain. Okay, so finally we can get I and V. It's sent into the sampling network. Okay, so from this we can connect the feedback network. So here the beta is feedback ratio or feedback factor. From this only we can calculate the feedback voltage or current. Okay, so it's connected into the mixer network and finally we can calculate the with the feedback gain. Okay, so this is the general block diagram of feedback amplifier, right? So next we are going to see about sampling network. So what is sampling? To sample the selected signals, right? That is the process of sampling. So we have so many number of signals in a networks, right? So in a electronic circuits we have many number of sources. So in this we are going to select a particular sample signal, so that we are using sampling network in the output side, right? So this sampling network may be a voltage or current source, right? So from this we have classified into voltage or node sampling, current or loop sampling. So see this diagram here. Your feedback signal is connected in the form of shunt when we are using voltage sampler, right? So if suppose you are using current sampler, your feedback signal is connected to the output in the form of series. Okay, so this is the difference between voltage sampler and then current sampler. So the next one is feedback network. So it consists of resistor, capacitor and inductor, right? So why we need a feedback network? It provides reduced portion of the output as a feedback signal to the input mixer network, so that we are using feedback network, right? So we can write VF, which is equal to beta into V0, right? So what is VF? This is your feedback voltage. Okay, so beta we know that feedback factor or feedback ratio, it lies between 0 and 1. Okay, so V0 it's represent output voltage. So this is the general expression for feedback network. So next one is mixer network. So we know that the input signal as well as the part of the output signal is combined by using mixer network. Is that right? Yes. So mixer network is classified into two types, that is series input connection as well as shunt input connection. So how your mixer network is connected into feedback? So based on that we can classify the mixer network into two types, right? The first one is series input mixing and then next one is shunt input mixing. Okay, so how we can connect your input signal with feedback signal when we are using shunt mixing or series mixing? See here, the first one is series mixing. Here we have resistance as well as voltage source. So this resistance is seriously connected with your voltage, right? So why we are using series mixing, right? So your resistance is seriously connected with your voltage source and it's seriously connected with your feedback network. This is called series mixing. right? So here input side we are using mixing signals, so that in input side we have this connection. Okay, so the next one is shunt mixing. Here we are using current, so current source, your resistance is connected in the form of parallel, right? So as well as we are using shunt mixing, so your input signal is connected in the form of shunt with your feedback signal. Okay, so this is the general concept of mixer network. So the next one is transfer ratio or gain. So from this, how we can calculate the gain? So we are seeing this topic. So that is transfer ratio or gain. So generally we know that what is transfer ratio? So the transfer ratio is, it means that the ratio of output signal to the ratio of the input signal. So that is called the basic transfer ratio or gain. So we know that the gain representation is A, right? So from this we can calculate voltage gain, current gain, as well as trans conductance gain, and then trans resistance gain, right? So what is voltage gain? The general formula for voltage gain is AV, which is equal to V0 divided by Vi. That is output signal divided by input signal. Here we are using voltage source, right? So when we are calculating voltage gain, your both output as well as input, we have a voltage source. So that we can write voltage gain AV, which is equal to V0 divided by Vi. Right? So next one is current gain. So current gain AI, which is equal to I0 divided by IA. Right? So why we are using I0 divided by IA? Because we are using current gain. So both your output as well as input source, we have a current source. Right? So the next one is trans conductance. We can represent GM. Okay, so we know that trans conductance is inverse of your trans resistance, right? So we can write trans conductance GM, which is equal to I by Vi. Okay, so the next one is trans resistance RM, which is equal to, in general we know that resistance formula, right? So R equal to V by I. From that we can write trans resistance RM, which is equal to V by IA. Yes. So in this trans conductance, in your output side we have a current source, right? So in input side we have a voltage source. Similarly, in trans resistance, in output side we have a voltage source, and then input side we have a current source. So this is the general case for how we can calculate the gain. Okay, so the next one is, this is the without feedback gain. How we can calculate the gain without feedback. So these are all the general expressions. The next one is how we can calculate the gain with the feedback. Okay, so this is the general notation for how we can calculate the gain with the feedback. Okay, so the gain with the feedback is represented by the signal, represented by the symbol AF. Okay, so without gain we can represent A. Yes, with the gain, with the feedback gain we can represent AF. Okay, so we can write for voltage source, we can write AVF, which is equal to, we know that output voltage divided by input voltage, right? So but here we are using feedback signal, so we can write V0 by Vs. This Vs represent your source voltage, right? So it is combined with your input signal as well as part of the output feedback into the input signal. Okay, so that we can write AVF, which is equal to V0 divided by Vs, right? So this is the voltage gain with the feedback. Similarly, we have current gain. The representation is AIF. Okay, so current gain, which is equal to I0 divided by Is, right? So I0 we know that output current, and then divided by Is we know that your input current as well as part of the output feedback into the input current, right? So we can write Is, which is equal to current gain with the feedback. Okay, so the next one is trans conductance. So the representation of trans conductance with the feedback is GMF. Okay, which is equal to, we know that in general trans conductance equal to I by V. Is it right? So from this we can write GMF, which is equal to I0 divided by Vs. So I0 output current divided by input side we have a voltage source. So this voltage we can represent Vs instead of Vi. Why? Because here we are using your feedback signal, right? So in this case we are using input signal combined with your part of the output feedback into the input signal, so that we can write Vs. Okay, so this is the trans conductance with the feedback. Similarly, we have trans resistance with the feedback, that is RMF, which is equal to V0 divided by Is. Okay, so this is the formula for trans resistance with the feedback, right? So these are all the general formula for how we can calculate with the feedback, calculate gain with the feedback as well as without feedback. Okay. So the next one is schematic representation of feedback amplifier. Right. So in general, we know the block diagram for amplifier. So from that we can draw the schematic representation. Okay. So in this we have input signal XS and then combined signal XD, which is equal to XI. Right. So how we can find this XD means we can combine your input signal as well as the feedback signal. From this we can get XD. Right. So XD, which is equal to XS, this is your input signal, minus XF. Why we are putting minus here? Because we are using negative feedback amplifier. In amplifier we are using negative feedback, so that we are using here minus sign. Okay. So XD, which is equal to your input signal SS minus your feedback signal XF. So here in schematic representation, why we are using X? This X represent, it may be a voltage or current source. Okay. So from this we can write XD, which is equal to XI. This is your mixing signal. Right. So this mixing signal is again given into the basic amplifier. Here we can calculate the gain without feedback. Right. So from that we can write X naught, this is your output source, X naught, which is equal to your gain as well as your input signal combined with your gain as well as your input signal. So X naught equal to A into, this is your gain, into input signal Xi. So we can write X naught, which is equal to A into Xi. This is your output signal. Right. So now we can calculate the feedback gain. Right. How we can calculate the feedback gain? From this your feedback circuit we can calculate feedback gain also. Right. So we know that XF. Right. So we know that X, what is X? This X represent, it may be a current or voltage source. So, right. So XF, which is equal to beta. What is beta? Beta is feedback ratio or feedback factor. Right. Beta into your output voltage. So output voltage or current. We can represent X naught. Right. So XF, which is equal to beta into X naught. This is your feedback gain. Right. So from this we can draw the schematic representation of feedback amplifier diagram. Okay. So from that we can calculate the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback. From the schematic representation we can calculate the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback. Right. So gain without feedback, the representation is A. Gain with the feedback, the representation is AF. So from the schematic diagram we can write gain without feedback as well as gain with the feedback. Okay. So these are all the general expressions for how we can calculate the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback. Right. So see here, this is your without feedback gain. Here we are using A. Representation of without feedback gain is A, which is equal to, see this diagram here, your output signal is X naught and then input signal is XS. Right. So this is your without feedback gain. Right. So we can write, so XS A equal to X naught divided by Xi. Right. So next one is AF, which is equal to X naught divided by XS. This is your with the feedback gain. So we can write X naught divided by XS. Right. So note down this point. See here, we are using two set of feedback gain, that is with the feedback as well as without feedback gain. So first one is without feedback gain, we can use A equal to X naught divided by input current or voltage Xi. Right. Similarly we can with the feedback AF, which is equal to X naught divided by XS. Okay. So from this we can calculate the negative feedback gain. So Xi, which is equal to XS. So see here, Xi, which is equal to, so we know that Xd, which is equal to Xi. So we can write Xi, which is equal to XS minus XF. Right. So XS minus XF. From that we can calculate AF with the feedback gain. So AF, which is equal to, we know that formula X naught divided by XS. Here we know the expression for XS. Right. So from this equation we can write XS, which is equal to Xi plus XF. Right. So we can substitute this equation in XS. So X naught divided by Xi plus XF. So from that we can divide numerator and denominator by Xi. Right. So AF, which is equal to X naught divided by Xi divided by 1 plus xf divided by xi. Here we have xi divided by xi, so that xi, both xi cancel. Finally we can get 1. So we know that formula for x0 divided by xi. So what is that? That is the gain formula without feedback. So a, which is equal to x0 divided by xi. So from this we can write x0 divided by xi, which is equal to a. So we can substitute a here, divided by 1 plus xf divided by xi. Here we can multiply and divide x0. So we can get xf divided by x0 into x0 divided by xi. So now we can write x0 divided by xi, which is equal to a, and we know that beta, feedback ratio value, that is beta equal to xf divided by x0. So how we can get that? See this diagram. In this diagram we can write beta, which is equal to xf divided by x0. Okay, so we can substitute beta value here. So af, which is equal to a divided by 1 plus beta into a. So this is the gain formula with the feedback. Okay, so this is the very, very important formula. So from this we can calculate the gain with feedback as well as without feedback. Okay, so the next one is basic feedback topologies. So in basic feedback amplifier we have classified into 4 types, that is voltage amplifier, current amplifier, trans resistance amplifier, then trans conductance amplifier. From this we know that how we can calculate the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback, right, from the previous analysis. So now we are going to discuss about basic feedback topologies, right. So see the differentiation. Previous case we are studying about what is feedback, what is feedback topologies, what is feedback amplifier, and basic parameters for feedback amplifier, right. So now we are going to study about the basic feedback topologies, right. So we know that topology means group of element, right. So here we are using multiple number of sources in this network. From that we can analyze the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback. Okay, so in this basic feedback topologies are categorized into 4 types. The first one is voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. Okay, so the next one is current amplifier with current shunt feedback. Okay, so the next one is trans conductance amplifier with current series feedback. Then the next final one is trans resistance amplifier with voltage shunt feedback. So these are all the very important topics in feedback amplifier. Okay, so from this diagram only we can derive the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback, right. So first one is voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. So another name of voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback is voltage amplifier. Okay, so you see this diagram. So here we are using voltage amplifier. So in general case we are using basic amplifier. In general functional block diagram of feedback amplifier we are using basic feedback amplifier. So here we are using voltage amplifier. So we can write in this box, we can write voltage amplifier, right. So in this diagram, see this, we are using voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. So this signal is divided into 2 parts. So see here we are using first one is sampling signal and next one is mixing signal. Okay, so we know that what type of amplifier we are using now, and then this first one is represent your sampling signal and next one is represent your mixing signal. Okay, so from this we can use voltage. Here we are using voltage sampling with series mixing, right. Yes, so in this function we are using voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. So our amplifier circuit is voltage amplifier. In this case we can divide the function into 2 parts, that is the first one is your sampling signal and the next one is your mixing signal. From that we can draw the diagram for voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. Okay, so in output side we are using voltage sampling, input side we are using series mixing, right. So in this diagram we are going to see about how your mixing and sampling signal is connected into your feedback signal. Okay, so that we are analyzing this topology. So see here in this output case we are using voltage sampling. Your sampling signal is parallelly connected with your feedback signal because you are using voltage. So we know that the sampling network have 2 types. The first one is voltage sampler and then current sampler. Yes, so voltage sampler means your signal is connected with your feedback signal in the form of shunt or parallel. Okay, so in your output side we are using voltage sampling. So the voltage signal is connected in the form of shunt, right. So this is the shunt connection representation. Okay, in input side we are using series mixing. So we know that in this voltage amplifier, in your both input output we have voltage source, so that here we are using Vs. Okay, so this voltage source is seriously connected with your resistance, right? In general we know that voltage is seriously connected with your resistance and current is parallelly connected with your resistance, right? So here we are using voltage signal, so your voltage source is seriously connected with your resistance, right? So in input side, what type of mixing we are using now? We are using series mixing, right? So in this series mixing is connected seriously with your feedback network. So this is the first topology diagram, that is voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback amplifier diagram. Okay, so in this topology is any doubt? So from this we are easily design the feedback topology circuit, right? So see this again, I repeat this concept. See this type. So in this first type we are using voltage amplifier with voltage series feedback. So here the amplifier type is voltage amplifier. So both your input output we have voltage source, and then in this output side we are using voltage sampling. We know that the voltage sampler is connected in the form of shunt with your feedback signal, and input side we are using series mixing. So series mixing, in input side we are using voltage source. This voltage source is seriously connected with your resistance, right? So and seriously connected with your feedback network. So this is the first topology. Similarly we have the next one, that is current amplifier with current shunt feedback, right? So in this case we are using current amplifier. So basic amplifier we can replace by using current amplifier, right? So in current amplifier we are using means what type of input and output side we have. So input source we have current source, as well as output side also we have current source, right? So in this case this is not your Vs, this is your Is. Okay, so here we are using current source. This current is, we know that current is parallelly connected with resistance, right? So in this input side we are using what type of mixing and sampling we are using. From this given topology we are using current sampling and then shunt mixing, right? So in output side we are using current sampling, input side we are using shunt mixing, right? So how we can connect this diagram? So in output side we are using current sampling, means in current sampler the sampler signal is seriously connected with your feedback network, so that we can draw this diagram like this. Okay, so in shunt mixing means we can connect the input mixer with your feedback network in the form of parallel. Okay, shunt. Okay, so in this case we are using input side we are using current signal. So current is parallelly connected with your resistance, and we are using shunt mixing. This shunt signal, that is your input mixing signal, is parallelly connected with your feedback signal. Okay, so from this we know that in the general case we know that how we can calculate the feedback current, IF, which is equal to beta into I naught. Similarly we can calculate voltage feedback, VF, which is equal to beta into V naught. Okay, so this is the second topologies in feedback amplifier. And then third one is transconductance amplifier with current series feedback. So here what type of amplifier we are using now? We are using transconductance amplifier. Okay, so we can replace the basic amplifier diagram by using transconductance amplifier. So in this case what type of sampling and mixing signal we are using? From the given type, here this is the first signal we are using sampling signal, the next one represent your mixing signal, right? So here we are using what type of sampling? Current sampling. And then what type of mixing we are using now? Series mixing. Okay, so in output side we have a current sampler. We know that how we can connect our feedback signal with your current sampler. So in this form of series. Okay, so input side we are using series mixing. So in here we are using transconductance. So what is the general expression for transconductance? That is I by V. So input side we have voltage source and output side we have current source, right? So in output side we are using current sampling, so we can seriously connect your sampling signal with your feedback signal. So input side we have voltage source. We know that how we can draw the voltage with your resistance. So voltage is seriously connected with your resistance, right? So again this signal is, we are using series mixing. Again this signal is seriously connected with your feedback network. Okay, so this is the transconductance amplifier with current series feedback, right? So this is the third topology of feedback amplifier, right? So here we know that how we can calculate the feedback voltage. Why here I am mentioning feedback voltage? Because in input side we have voltage source, output side we have current source. This is your trans conductance amplifier, right? So from this we can calculate Vf, which is equal to beta feedback ratio into what is output here. In output side we are using current source, right? So I naught, we can write Vf which is equal to beta into I naught. Okay. So the final topology in feedback amplifier, that is your fourth topology in feedback amplifier, is trans resistance amplifier with voltage shunt feedback. Okay. So anyone can say what type of sampling and what type of mixing signal here we are using now from this topology. Yes, so in this topology we are using trans resistance amplifier, right? So in this trans resistance amplifier, see this, here we are using voltage sampler as well as shunt mixing signal. So the first one is sampling signal, next one is mixing signal. So in output side we are using voltage sampling, and then input side we are using shunt mixing. So in this trans resistance we know the general formula. What is that? Rm, which is equal to V by I. Right. So in output side we have voltage source, and input side we have current source. So in this case we are using voltage sampling. So voltage sampling means your feedback network is parallelly connected with your sampling network, parallel or shunt connection, right? So next one is we are using shunt mixing. So for shunt mixing, in this case we are using your input side. We are using shunt mixing means your mixing signal is parallelly connected with your feedback network. Okay, so input side, what type of signal we are using now? We are using current signal. So we know that how your current is connected with your resistance in the form of parallel. Okay, so Is, this resistance is Rs, and we have shunt mixing. So this signal is parallelly connected with your feedback network. So this is the block diagram of trans resistance amplifier with voltage shunt feedback. Okay, so here how we can calculate the feedback gain. So see here, this is your input side, we are using current source now, right? So we can write feedback current If, which is equal to feedback ratio beta into what is in output side we have. So output side we have voltage source. So we can write If, which is equal to beta into V naught, right? So these are all the basic topologies for voltage feedback amplifier, current feedback amplifier, then trans resistance amplifier, as well as trans conductance amplifier. So why we need to see these topics? So from this only we are going to see about how we can calculate the gain with the feedback as well as without feedback, and then how we can find the input resistance as well as output resistance. Okay, why we are see this topic means we have to form the stable network system, right? So we have to form the stable feedback amplifier circuit, so that we are seeing these topics. Okay, so the next one is, so in general we know that voltage amplifier means in your output side as well as input side we have voltage source, right? So from this already we discussed these topics. From this I have to discuss one derivation now. One second. Yes, so this is your first derivation question, that is voltage series feedback amplifier. This is the very important topic also. So from this only we are going to see how we can calculate the gain as well as how we can find the input and output resistance. Okay, so this is your voltage series feedback amplifier. So we know that what is the another name of voltage series feedback amplifier? What is the another name of voltage series feedback amplifier? In previous class we discussed. So see this. So see this diagram here, this is your voltage amplifier. We can represent the another name of voltage amplifier, series shunt feedback as well as voltage series feedback, right? So these are all the important names, so note down these names. So the next one is today's class, we are going to derive the voltage series feedback amplifier. Okay, so this is the first important topologies. So we know that in input side as well as output side we are using voltage source, right? So voltage source means Vs, which is seriously connected with your resistance, and this is your mixing signal Vi into Ri, right? So similarly in output side we have output voltage V naught as well as here we have basic feedback amplifier, so we can write AV which is equal to V0 by Vi. So in output side we are using output voltage, so we can write V0 which is equal to AV into Vi, right? So it's seriously connected with your output resistance R0 as well as load resistance, right? So these are all the general structure for voltage series feedback amplifier. Right, once again repeat the diagram. See this, in we are using voltage series feedback amplifier, means in output as well as input we are using voltage source, right? So we know that in general voltage is seriously connected with your resistance, right? So Vs is seriously connected with Rs, the representation for voltage is plus minus, and then this is seriously connected with your Ri, mixing signal, and here we have amplified gain, so we can write V0 which is equal to AV into Vi. Here we are using voltage source, so we can represent the symbol plus minus, as well as is seriously connected with R0 and it's connected with load resistance, right? So this is the general structure for voltage series feedback amplifier. So from this amplifier circuit we are going to calculate the input resistance as well as output resistance. Okay, so the next one is this is the without feedback gain structure, this is the with the feedback gain structure. Okay, so this is the equivalent circuit for voltage series with the feedback. So how we can differentiate that? So see here in this side we don't have the voltage source, right? So that is your feedback source. See here we are connected the feedback signal in this circuit, right? From this we can analyze, this is your with the feedback circuit and this is your without feedback circuit. Okay, so see here in this case we are adding Vf which is equal to beta into V0, this is your feedback signal. So from this only we are going to find input and output resistance, right? So we know that Vs and then it's connected with your Rs and then Ri, then here we are connected feedback signal, so Vf which is equal to beta into output side we are using voltage source V0, so Vf which is equal to beta into V0, right? So how we can calculate RIF, that is input feedback resistance, RIF which is equal to Vs, that is your source voltage, divided by, in general we know that R equal to V by I, is it right? So from this we can write RIF, that is input feedback resistance, which is equal to DS, that is your source voltage, divided by what is your input current IA, right? So Vs divided by IA. We are going to see this block alone now. Why? Because we are going to calculate input feedback resistance, so we need to consider your input part, right? So RIF which is equal to Vs divided by IA. So in this we know that the closed loop with the voltage source we have one formula, that is we have one rule, that is KVL, right? So what is KVL? Kirchhoff voltage law. So sum of potential drop which is equal to sum of potential rise. Potential means in the form of voltage source. Okay, so from this first circuit we can find the RIF. Okay, so apply KVL to the input side, we can get, so when we are applying KVL, what is the expression? So see here, this is your minus to plus, so your potential rise. In this case, the voltage is potential rise, so we can write Vs. And this case, the sign representation is very, very important for when we are writing the expression. Okay. So see here, plus it's moving to minus side. So in this case, your voltage potential is drop. So we can write IA into Ri. That is Vi which is equal to Ia into Ri. So here the minus sign, why? Because here the potential is dropped. Why? Because the direction is moving into plus to minus, right? So we can write Vs minus Ia Ri. Then here we have a feedback voltage, that is minus Vf. Here why we need to put minus? Because we are using negative feedback, so we can use minus Vf which is equal to 0, right? So this is your input feedback resistance expression, right? So from this we are going to calculate RIF. Okay, so I hope you all understand how we can apply KVL and how we get this expression, right? So first again I repeat this concept. What is KVL? Kirchhoff voltage law. In this case we have to apply the potential, sum of potential drop which is equal to sum of potential rise. So Vs which is Vs minus Ia into Ri, then minus Vf which is equal to 0. Right, so from this we can write Vs equal to, just move on this expression to right hand side, Ia Ri plus Vf, right? So here we can replace Vf value. In general we know that Vf value from the diagram, Vf which is equal to beta into V naught, right? So beta into V naught, we can replace Vf which is equal to beta into V naught in the above expression. So we can get IIRI plus beta into V naught, right? So this is your source voltage expression, Vs which is equal to IIRI plus beta into V naught. Now note down this equation number 1. So now we are calculating the input resistance, so we don't know the value of output voltage, right? So that we are going to calculate output voltage V naught which is equal to, see this diagram, from this diagram we can calculate the output voltage V naught. So how we can calculate? By applying Thevenin rule we can calculate the V naught, right? So why we are applying Thevenin rule? See here in output side we are using voltage source and we have resistance in series connected with your voltage source. So we can apply Thevenin's theorem, right? So what is Thevenin's theorem? Particular resistance into applied voltage divided by total resistance. That is called Thevenin's theorem, right? So from this we can write V naught equal to particular resistance is RL divided by RL into applied voltage. What is the applied voltage here? AV into VI divided by R naught plus RL. So this is V naught, right? So from this we can write AV, we have assumed AV which is equal to AV into RL divided by R naught plus RL, right? So we can replace this value in above expression. So we can get V naught which is equal to, so RL divided by R naught plus RL into AV, we can write capital AV into VI. Okay, so from this we can write, we know the general expression for VI, that is VI which is equal to IA into RI. So we can substitute the value in this equation. So we can get V naught equal to AV into, we know that VI which is equal to IA into RI. So we can substitute here. Finally we can get V naught value, right? So V naught which is equal to AV into IA RI. So note down this equation number 2. So from this we can calculate input feedback resistance, right? So in this case we know, now we know the value of V naught. So we can substitute equation 2 in equation 1. We can get Vs which is equal to, what is equation 1? So equation 1 is Vs which is equal to Ia Ri plus beta into V naught. Now we know the value of V naught, right? So we can substitute the V naught value in equation 1. We can get Vs which is equal to Ia Ri plus beta into AV into Ia Ri. Okay, so from this we can calculate RIF. So what is RIF? RIF, that is input feedback resistance, which is equal to Vs divided by Ia, right? So from this we can substitute the Vs value here. So what is Vs now? Vs which is equal to Ia Ri plus beta into AV into Ia Ri. So substituting Vs value in this expression, we can get Ia Ri plus beta into AV Ia Ri divided by Ia, right? So now take down the Ia common. So when we are taking the Ia common, this Ia and this Ia cancel. So finally we can get Ri plus beta into AV into Ri. Okay, so in this case we have a Ri common, so we can take Ri common. So RIF which is equal to Ri into 1 plus beta into AV. This is your input feedback resistance. Okay, so the next one is output feedback resistance. So that is R naught F. So again I repeat this once again. So in this case we are going to see the voltage series feedback amplifier. So here we have a both input and output, we have a voltage source. So from this we are going to calculate input and well as output feedback resistance. Okay, so this is here without feedback circuit. So when we are adding your feedback signal, we are going to take this circuit for calculating input and output feedback resistance. Okay, so from this we know that RIF, that is your input feedback resistance, expression is Vs divided by Ia. Okay, so from this we can calculate the RIF value, right? So first we are going to calculate input resistance. In this case we are going to apply KVL, right? So why we have to apply KVL here? Here we have voltage source with a closed circuit. So we can apply KVL for this input side. Okay, so when we are applying KVL, we can get Vs minus Ia into Ri minus Vf, which is equal to 0. So from this we can simplify the expression. We can get Vs equal to Ia Ri plus beta into V naught. Here we are going to calculate the input feedback resistance, so we don't know the value of V naught, right? So we need to calculate the V naught, then only we know the value of Vs, right? So we are going to calculate V naught. We can take the output voltage source. So when we are considering your output path, we can apply Thevenin's theorem. Why? Because your resistance is seriously connected with the voltage, as well as in output side we are using voltage source. So we can apply Thevenin's theorem in your output path. So what we can get? So what is Thevenin's theorem? So Thevenin's theorem, we know that particular resistance into applied voltage divided by total resistance, that is called Thevenin's. So from this we can write V naught, which is equal to RL into applied voltages AVVI divided by R naught plus RL, right? So we have one assumption here, that is AV, capital AV, which is equal to AV into RL divided by R naught plus RL. So now we can substitute this AV in this expression. So finally we can get AV naught, which is equal to AV into VI. Now in general we know that what is VI? VI equal to IA into RI. So we can substitute that value in this above expression. So finally we can get V naught, which is equal to AV into IA RI. So note down this equation number 2. Now we know the value of V naught. So now we can substitute your equation number 2 in equation number 1. So we can get Vs, which is equal to IA RI plus beta into AV into IA RI. And then from this we know that what is RIF? RIF, which is equal to Vs divided by IA, right? Now we know the value of Vs, so we can substitute the Vs in this expression. We can get IA RI plus beta into AV IA RI divided by IA. Now we can take IA common from this expression, so this IA and denominator IA will cancel. Then we can get RI plus beta into AV into RI. Here also we can take RI common, so RIF, that is your input feedback resistance, which is equal to RI into 1 plus beta AV. Okay, so this is the calculation for input feedback resistance. Okay, so next class we will discuss about the output feedback resistance. Thank you.